Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, woo! Welcome to today's readings. Beautiful souls, these are readings I post every single Sunday. Wow, I'm actually seeing it's this card here for you. We're drawing 3 cards together. These are readings I post every Sunday, and we ask for immediate guidance, a message you need to hear right now, a time-sensitive message very often, something that's relevant to you now. And we also look at the week ahead, the next 7 days, what's happening. This is a really, I suppose it's a weekly kind of anchor point for you if you wish to tune in at any time. And these readings are timeless. I always think you find the right reading at the right time. And so just tune in with the readings. And if anything today is not resonating with you, you can always check in on the homepage. There are loads of readings because I do them every week with immediate guidance at any time you're having a wobble or you need that. Those readings are there as a resource. You just have to tune into the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot homepage. So let's look and see what we've got. I hope you guys are all doing amazingly well. Let's see what we're shown for today. So we have for pile 1, we have the energy of the deer. How amazing. This is your card. Card number 7, if that number is important to you. Also a moccasin here as well. So that is pile 1. Pile 2, you have the sturgeon. This is card number 9. Very conscious of this pot at the bottom as well. How interesting. We have 2 animals here. Animal Nation coming through with very distinct indications of objects as well. How interesting. What do we have for pile 3? Pile 3, we have a feather. This is card number 28. So this is the card for pile 3. Now, beautiful souls, I am going to draw a rune and a charm as well for anyone that that wants to have that little bit of extra guidance. I know for some of you that's a really important way of kind of guiding yourself into the right reading. Beautiful souls, if you already know which reading or readings, sometimes it's more than one, are speaking to you or singing to you, just go with it. The timestamps, as always, are in the description box below. I'll put them in a comment as well. Let's see what we are shown here. So your runes are, firstly for pile 1, you have the rune of Anzus. This is the rune of fertility. And your charm is, you have a little monkey. So this is for pile 1, fertility and a little monkey. For pile 2, your rune is the rune of Gibo, partnership or a gift, and you have a horse. That's pile 2. And for pile 3, we have the rune of Perth. This is sometimes known as the rune of initiation, and you have a bird. How interesting. Lots of animal energy. And even the feather is obviously from a bird. A lot of animal energy around. How interesting in these readings already. Well, we shall see. We shall see. We never know until we get to the readings what is being shown to us. Beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments longer for anyone that just wants a little bit more time just to sit with the cards. In fact, let me see if I can actually just perhaps zoom in a little bit for you as well so you can see them more clearly. So these are our cards, our runes, our charms. I'll leave the video running for a few moments longer and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Thank you so, so much, beautiful souls, for being here today. Pile 1, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. I do hope you are doing wonderfully. Now, we are asking for an immediate message from your spirit team, from Source Spirit, the Great Mystery. You have the card of Deer, this beautiful moccasin, and you have this monkey and the rune of fertility, Anzus. Now, I just immediately feel that there is some monkey business going on around you. It's really coming through very strongly. And the Deer energy is all about gentleness. And I'm going to say it's a very non-retaliatory energy. This is not about batting back, getting involved in any what I would call tit for tat behaviour. I feel like there's somebody who's been around you, actually, whose energy is maybe a little bit childish. And it's very easy to be drawn into those things. It may be that something has to be completed. The rune of fertility speaks of fertilizing the ground for your own deliverance. It asks you to sometimes, it's like a completion is needed of something in order to then move forwards. So something may actually need to be laid to rest, to be put down. Let go of it. Bring it back down to earth. Carry on your earth walk with compassion, with recognition that everyone is at a different stage, age and stage of their own soul evolution, their age and stage of their journey. I do feel there could be perhaps a parting of the ways, but something needs to be completed. It could be a sort of a let it go and make up and be friends, or it could be a let it go and kind of walk away. Let's draw more cards and see what we're shown. But what I do feel is there is a distinct message of some monkeying around that could be a little bit irritating. And the key to your first message, which is coming through just in this one card alone and the charm in the room, is don't be involved in any tit-for-tat behaviour. You know, this is really about stepping into a space of gentleness, of higher consciousness, of unity consciousness, where you recognise that everyone that comes into your world, even if they are irritating as hell, are actually bringing you a gift of growth and of learning. The energy around at the time of doing these readings is very potent. This is a timeless reading. You could come to this any time, but if you're coming to it right now as I've uploaded it, this is a very potent time. The energy is quite intense. There's a lot of quite intense transformations and shifts taking place. At the time of doing this reading, we're sitting in the Lion's Gate portal of energy. And so, you know, sometimes stuff that no longer resonates with you, we're going to have to put it down. But tit-for-tat behaviour is really not okay. But it may be that somebody's trying to provoke you even into doing a tit-for-tat behaviour thing, you know, and it really is, don't buy into it. So we're going to draw some Rumi cards here. And we have both an image and also a Rumi poem. How interesting, you have the card of perspective. This is really about shifting your perspective, holding the higher perspective is what I'm hearing. And here we have silence, is your Rumi poem. Last night I became mad. Love saw me and said, I am here. Don't shout, don't wail, just be silent. I said, oh love, what I fear is something else. Love said, there's nothing else. Just be silent. Don't retaliate. Hold the higher vision, hold the higher perspective, beautiful souls. That is what is coming through. Looks like there is so much light. Isn't that interesting? I'm not in a particularly light room. I don't have loads of lights lighting up around me, and yet this card, I feel in the camera, is really lighting up. But if I can move it somewhere, I want to put it somewhere where you might be able to actually read it a little bit more clearly. Yeah, it does. There's obviously some light going on around here, but how interesting that it's pouring in. Let's bring these down here, actually, and sit them beneath the energy of the deer, the gentleness. I'm going to say the sacrifice, you know, in Native American stories, myths, legends, stories of wisdom, the deer gave herself up at a time when the people would have starved. You know, she said, you know, it is okay to kill me and to eat me. And she was there to provide, to save. She was a saviour, actually, giving of herself. I mean, that's the symbolism, giving of herself to provide, but also asking that she was honoured and that every part of her was used, nothing was wasted. So it's really about, again, about true fertility. True fertility in the higher realms with higher vision is about service, it's about honour, it's about not wasting anything, so not even wasting the learning of somebody's challenging or difficult behaviour. You know, if someone's pressed your buttons, don't become mad, just become silent, get still and lean into love. Hold the perspective of love and let's see how it unfolds. Your message is very clear. It's really interesting. I was really drawn to what I would call those really earthy cards this week as well for these readings. Aside from Rumi, which these cards leapt out at me. Just very, very earthy energy, and Native American cards particularly. This is a Native American pack. I also have a shamanic pack here. A couple of shamanic packs that I'm going to draw from as well. Okay. So we have Elemental. Wow, look at the energy of this, these waves coming in. And how interesting, what we have in the rocks here are, you see they're like crocodile heads. Real energy of animals around, you know, in these readings this week. Crocodiles are the messages, the information that crocodiles bring is very, very interesting because it's an energy of like digesting something. Let something digest. You know, crocodiles don't eat their prey the moment if they go hunting. They don't eat the prey that they catch immediately. They sort of take it down and under the water and let it, they sort of wedge it under a rock or something. This is what I read anyway, and it sort of tenderizes it. But basically it's about, you know, crocodile energy is about, or alligator energy, it's about rolling over and taking the punches actually, and letting something digest. Don't swallow it whole and then react with that, you know, because it's not going to be digestible. So I feel there's something going on around you with this monkeying business that isn't very palatable actually. But roll with the punches. Let something digest. Don't react to it. We then have the energy of flute, expression, and lodge, counsel. Wonderful, wonderful energies here. So, flute, expression, lodge, counsel. It is really, really okay to voice and express your feelings about what has happened. It's really, really okay to say how it is. There's a big difference between saying how it is and acknowledging how it is to yourself. Big difference between that or reacting and sending out something into the world that is just a batting it back because somebody's really pressed your buttons or they've said or done something that just isn't really okay. Really sit on this, digest it. I'm actually reminded of something my own mentor, who is of Native American tradition, actually has said frequently when something happens, if you're not absolutely 100% certain of how you want to respond, then, you know, sit on it, get still, sit on it for 4 hours. If you're not clear after 4 hours, sit on it for 4 days. If you're not clear after 4 days, sit on it for 4 weeks. Never hurry or rush if you feel uncertain. Drop into stillness. Be in the silence. Contemplate the many different perspectives, the many different lenses through which you can look at your situation. Lodge, counsel. You know, lodge is a very sacred place where, you know, you enter a sweat lodge, a sacred sweat lodge, you are entering a space of connectedness with source and spirit where guidance will be given, and if you are asking for this. I feel there is something around you, for some of you, a sort of a secondary message, aside from don't retaliate, don't do the tit for tat, which I think was there right from the start. I think a secondary message here is sit on this. You know, seek higher counsel, or seek counsel from those that you can trust, that you can talk to and share your feelings, but you trust that they will not come back. You know, they'll come back with a higher vision, you know, and they'll be able to see from a better perspective. There's, you know, very clear guidance being given. Let's draw some tarot cards for you. Then we have further information about how this might emerge during the week. We have guidance and information for pile 1. So you have the Two of Pentacles, the dolphin energy. And how beautiful that this is. I mean, these dolphins are really making me think of yin yang, the balance of yin yang. The two sides of everything. And they have, interesting enough, these dolphins have, can you see on them, on the pentacles, it's a 5-pointed star, you know, it's a Venus star, which is about peace, harmony, balance. Seeing this. Six of Cups. This is a card of generosity, of joy, of emotional connection. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, the joy of this, and there is joy coming through here in your reading, which is quite lovely actually. The joy of this really for you, my beautiful pile 1, is I think this situation is going to sort of resolve itself actually. I don't think it's going to be quite as challenging as you may be thinking it's going to be. I think perhaps because somebody has pressed your buttons, it's enlarged it, it's made it feel more emotionally tangled. Roll with the punches. Digest this. Get still. Voice how you feel by all means. But voice how you feel, I mean, you might even want to write a letter, you know, but a letter not to send. You know, those therapeutically, this is something I used to do in my counselling practice with people, is get them to write a letter to the person that they are struggling with. And you're not going to send the letter, you know, this letter is about your expression, especially if you're dealing with someone who, quite honestly, you are pretty 100% certain they're not really going to hear you. However much you try or however many different ways you approach it, they're not going to hear what you're saying. They can't hear your perspective. They're not open to it. If that's the case, then write a letter, but it's a not to send letter. But this is about expression, so that it's not sitting within you, bringing your energy back into balance. This is a situation that calls you to look at this through the eyes of love, pure and simple. And if you can center yourself in love, I sort of feel like something will resolve itself. I feel like something will get healed. Let's get some more information about how this is going to proceed. Now, I did say for some of you with fertility, something could be healed and you could move on from it. For others, there could be a departure, a sort of an exit, but nevertheless a peaceful one. May we please make an inquiry as to how this might emerge? Could we have information, please? Your messages are clear for the week, but hummingbird, this is a card of joy. So the outcome is really favourable. Giveaway, beautiful. We have the lower world. We have the gatherer, and we have the spiral. Okay. Okay. The giveaway and the lower world. Okay. Whatever's happened, I think it has genuinely pressed some button of yours that's taken you into some element of the shadows within yourself. Some memory, perhaps, of somebody who's behaved badly, or you're seeing a pattern repeat. Really let go of it with the giveaway. Let go of this. Truly, truly, just let go of this. The Gatherer is a very wonderful card, I always feel, of. There's a degree of abundance in this card. There will be a harvest to come from this. There will be a positive outcome, again with the Queen of Cups and the spiral. This is going to evolve. It's going to evolve. It's going to emerge. I don't think you have to actually necessarily be majorly active. I'm going to draw some more tarot cards. Let's just follow this through for you. But I don't feel you have to be majorly active in like a proactive trying to talk to this person about this kind of way. I think the key is about silence and stillness, almost as if you can let it go and just center yourself in your own high vibrational energy of love, of joy. I sort of feel, you know, almost like the wheels of the universe will turn and this will get sorted. You know, and the harvest will then come in. We have fertility, so this is a card of promise. And the Gatherer, this is a card that shows much fertility, gathering in of rewards. Let's bring some tarot cards in and just follow this through a little bit more, see what else we're shown. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Three of Wands. Okay, now both of these cards are moving forwards. I think, interestingly enough, that there will be a solution to this that is unexpected. With the Knight of Wands, this is a Wolverine. This card has come up a few times in recent readings when I've used these cards, actually, quite consistently in recent times. So there's clearly an energy, a global energy around that's connecting to the Wolverine energy. And Wolverines were almost extinct and they're kind of making a comeback. So I think something will come back. I do actually think that whatever the challenge or difficulty around this connection, this person, the monkeying around, I actually think it will come back. It will be okay. And you'll be able to move it forwards with the Three of Wands. I think there will be a successful outcome. Center yourself in love. Approach this with love. Hold love as your guiding light. Seek advice from and counsel from those who are happy and wise. You know, there's some wisdom, or seek further counsel from your guides, your angels. Look at it from all perspectives. The Knight of Wands is a fast moving energy. It's a happening energy. I think this person may well approach you to help to move this forwards. Some of you may even get an apology or an invitation, or a, you know, but I do think something will be brought forward and will come, a good outcome will come from this. And actually the only proactive role you need to take is to not be reactive, not react to the circumstances, not react to the situation, to hold the light, hold the love, hold the higher ground, to just get still and just hold that perspective and no other. And I actually think everything else will kind of sort itself out, interestingly enough. This is very much about you being in charge of you, your own agency, your own sovereignty, with the Queen of Cups, with this beautiful crown here. Your own sovereignty, your own agency, and just letting this, yeah, or letting anyone else involved process their own experiences and take responsibility for their own experiences, and you just take responsibility for holding love, and that's it. I don't think you have to do any more than that. Whatever monkeying around has gone on, get still, even if it made you feel really quite mad. I love this. I'm going to read this to you once more just to close your reading, beautiful pile one. Silence. Last night I became mad. Love saw me and said, I am here. Don't shout, don't wail, just be silent. I said, oh love, what I fear is something else. Love said, there's nothing else. Just be silent. I think that's really beautiful. And on that note, that beautiful note, pile one, have an amazing week. Thank you for being here. You know all the stuff about subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. Thank you so much for all of you who do. It is a blessing, an honour and a privilege to read for you. Tons of love, beautiful souls. I look forward to seeing you again for another reading really soon. Hey, pile two, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me. So we have Gibo, the rune of partnership. We have the card of the sturgeon. and the horse. Something is coming through here already about owning your own power. Sturgeons are thought to be like millions of years old, actually, that somehow their shape, their form hasn't changed. They are, I think they have found fossils of sturgeons that go back, that are dated alongside the dinosaurs. It's like they're really ancient. They stand the test of time. There's something about owning your own power as well. But let's draw more cards and see. We're going to draw some roomy cards first of all. Both are, there's your card, both an image, celebration. Oh wow, this is rather good. Standing the test of time, celebration, owning your own power, and we're going to draw a poem as well, a roomy poem. Okay, you have disillusionment. It's interesting you've got two. I'm actually going to go with both because two of them have shown up for you. So we'll leave the celebration card there. Disillusionment, first of all. Out beyond right and wrong, there is a desert. The desert beckons us as if it were the oasis. We long to hold one another in its lush grass and drink from the clear spring. But in that desert of disillusionment, just as with right and wrong, you and I, and even oneness, cease to exist. Okay, and then we have the source. I have seen both worlds and call them one. My place is the placeless, a trace of traceless. I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am the source of life itself. Wow. Okay. What is coming through? Something really magical. There is something, yeah, really magical. I know we all, I'm sure, anyone following a channel like this will have perhaps a belief in magic, perhaps a belief in ceremony. This is a ceremonial water container used in ceremonies, and things have to be got just right for the energy in the ceremony to work. Standing the test of time, celebration. Gibo is a rune both of partnership and of a gift being given to you. I feel that there is something you have wanted, really, really, really wanted, that actually may be about to be gifted to you. Or maybe it comes to fruition. Maybe it's to do with your own empowerment with the horse here. This looks as though it's coming in fast, speedily, with the horse coming in. Something that will stand the test of time. Perhaps a partnership, a relationship that will stand the test of time. Let's draw more cards. I was saying in pile one, I was really drawn to use some very earthy cards, various Native American packs today. We have lovers, right, okay. This, I suspect, for many of you is a relationship reading. If you are not in a zone where this would be relevant to you, this may not be quite the right reading for you, but this often does refer, this rune, to a partnership, and you have the card of the lovers. Celebration, whether it's a coming back together, a renewal of your vows, or someone coming in, a new relationship, something, maybe there's been discord in a relationship. To be fair, any kind of one-on-one relationship, if there's been discord or disillusionment, I see it getting fixed. I see a celebration. Something that it's like you understand you are one. You move away from any kind of judgment of wrongs or rights, any disbelief that something isn't possible. I just think you step into a space of possibility, but it does feel to me as if it does connect specifically with relationship. We have the card of flute, expression. This came out in pile one. I think it's got a very different meaning for you though. I'm not saying that pile one won't be relevant to some of you. If you were drawn to it, it's really worth checking it out. But I think flute, expression, interestingly enough, there's a really strong message, which is one of your primary messages. In fact, this is perhaps the really important message that's coming through, the immediate message that we ask for in these readings every Sunday. The immediate message is, take an ownership of what you actually want. Don't sit in a space of disillusionment or disbelief. Take an ownership of what you want and express how you feel. Say it. Make a commitment, whether you just make it that commitment to yourself or you show it to another. If there's someone around you, if you're in a relationship with someone and you've been dying to, I don't know, you've been dying to pop the question, for example, well, go for it. You know, express how you feel. Stop worrying about whether it's going to go wrong. Express it, say it. This is going to move forwards quickly. Own your own empowerment, own your own agency. The timing of this, if you are watching this reading, at the time I am posting it, we are in the portal of the Lion's Gate energy, where possibilities are just abundant in terms of, not in terms of just the universe delivering them to us, but of us taking actions to make those possibilities real. I did a couple of days ago, I did some Lion's Gate readings. So if you haven't yet checked them out, please do. I will put a link to those readings actually in the description box below, along with the timestamps and the cards. Let's draw some tarot cards and see. But I think this is about taking action. Expressing how you feel, letting go of any sense of disconnection, disillusionment, disappointment, fear that something won't happen, owning that voice, telling someone how you feel, telling yourself how you feel. Knight of Pentacles, absolutely. Look at that, what a confirmation. And the Four of Pentacles. And what do we see? This beautiful baby fox sitting with baby rabbits. And you would think, wouldn't you, that, you know, a fox and rabbits are not a good mix. But here they are in harmony, sitting together. Four of Pentacles is a steady energy. All the fours have a steady energy. This is worth sowing seeds. If there's, you know, perhaps there's someone you really like and you think, well, they'd never like me. You know, we're worlds apart. We're very different. Well, I think they probably will. There's loads of promise here. Look at this. Own what you want. Nudge it into possibility. The Knights have a fairly fast moving energy. The Knight of Pentacles is still earthy. It's still solid. It's still steady. It's real. Make it real. There is something around you with a connection to someone that can stand the test of time. Now, whether this is a lover or a business partnership or a friendship, whatever it is, but it's about relationship in some way, shape or form. Nudge it forwards. Acknowledge how you feel. Voice how you feel. Express how you feel. Take an ownership of what you really want. Do it. Take action. Oh, listen to me. I'm getting all bossy here. And what do you get? The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, if you want to make this happen, go make it happen. It's a card just coming off the top here, so I'm just going to use it because it's here. We've got the Eight of Cups. That was literally off the top of the pack. It just sort of threw itself at me. Interesting, Eight of Cups. It's a departure. You know, the Eight of Cups is a choosing to depart, to do it differently. If you've held back and not had a voice, what's on the base of the pack? I'm hearing Page of Swords. Look at that. Beautiful energy. Looks like, I believe it is a weasel. Page of Swords. You've got a clear energy here. A Page of Swords is something that's, it's got an energy. What I want to say actually is, the Page of Swords is an interesting energy because it's about our minds. The swords are connecting to the stuff in your head. Sometimes with the Page of Swords, it can indicate some element of doubt, or, you know, I want to say get out your own way. Everything in your reading here is saying, do you know what? If you want this, take action and make it real. Reach out, make it happen. If you want something that will stand the test of time, or if there is someone or a connection to someone that can stand the test of time, then reach out and make it happen. Take action. Because we are in a portal of energy right now. And my guess is, if you're drawn to this reading in a year's time, or 6 months' time, or 3 years' time, whenever you find it, there is the energy of possibility around you. Don't be disillusioned. own what you really want. Have that voice, express your feelings, put it out there. If the only thing you do is to put a wish into the universe, if the only thing you do is to say it out loud, acknowledge to yourself what you want and what you desire, take an ownership of it, I feel like then celebration will come. This is a real encouragement to do this. And my apologies if I sound a bit bossy, but that's the sort of energy that I feel I'm leaning into here. Let's ask for any more guidance around the week for you. May we have any additional guidance, information around the coming week for pile 2. We have water. We have the owl. How interesting, look, the Wheel of Fortune has owls here around it. We have the Holy Mountain. Look at this beautiful orb. The Ancient Ones. I was about to say I feel like there's some sort of magic working behind the scenes here to make transformation possible with the Holy Mountain, with water. Water flows. And then you have the Ancient Ones. I really do feel as if the way forward is going to be shown to you. I feel like some kind of a sign or a signal, something will be gifted to you this week to prompt you, to aid you, to nudge forwards towards the thing that you want, to take an ownership of it. Watch out for signs. Watch out for those things, those magical things that appear. Something that pops up. Or if you're uncertain about taking an action, ask for guidance, ask for support, and then open yourself to notice any signs and signals going on around you. There's definitely guidance around you that, you know, I could say your spirit team, but from your ancestors to help you to sort of, it's almost like to achieve, I kind of want to say the Holy Grail, okay, but this is like the Holy Grail of a relationship. If you're looking for a business partnership, then it's the Holy Grail of a business partnership. If you're looking for love, it would be the Holy Grail of a love relationship. If you're in a connection and you feel like it hasn't been going anywhere, it's the Holy Grail of that going somewhere, of reaching out, of it emerging, of it happening, of it becoming consolidated. There's something that could stand the test of time. I feel the energy is absolutely primed for you to reach out and say and own what it is you want, and to then receive some sort of confirmation that will enable you to know to go for it. And I feel there could be what I would call an unlikely combination around you. So you might find that you either meet someone in an unlikely situation or in an unlikely way, or you might find that actually you meet someone who isn't your usual type, or you're looking for a business partnership and it comes in a completely different direction. It wasn't what you were expected. There's an unlikely sort of connection here. But I think it will be celebrated and become very clear very quickly that there is unity here, actually. And it looks as though something could happen and emerge this week. I just feel the openings are here for you. So it is this sort of magic, this ceremony, almost as if your ancestors are creating ceremony behind the scenes to make this possible. Yeah, there's definitely magic around you this week, pile 2. I'm rather loving this. This is lovely. It really, really is. I think what I will do is draw just a couple more cards just to see if we're shown anything else. And then, yeah, I think this is your reading for the week. Let us see what else we are shown. Any more guidance or information? We have the Queen of Wands. Well, there you go. We're back to this again. As in, take an ownership of your own sovereignty. Say what you want. Be prepared to own it. And with the Nine of Swords, honestly, this is really saying own what you want. Let go of any self-doubt. You're being protected. Look at the nurturing going on here with this beautiful baby bear. And this wonderful mother polar bear guarding, protecting from the Nine of Swords. I mean, the Nine of Swords can traditionally be a real dark night of the soul. You're protected, you're being guided. This week, whatever it is that's connected to some sort of partnership that has long-term potential, rise into your own power, take a stand, express yourself, say what you want, own it for yourself, and you will be nudged towards your goal and protected from any of your fears around this. This is, you know, about reaching something here with the Holy Mountain. Yeah, you're going to be shown exactly the steps you need to take. Openings will be created for you. This is really beautiful, really, really beautiful, pile one. I am sending you so much love, so much love. Beautiful souls, you know all the stuff that I'm sure if you follow my readings or anyone else's, you know all the stuff about liking and sharing and subscribing and commenting. And I mean, I'm just so honoured to be connected with you all. I did this in pile one. I just feel there is no need to even voice all that stuff. I just feel I want to leave you with the energy of your reading, which is really very lovely. Guarded, protected, shown, in order to arrive at a space of celebration with some aspect of connection or partnership. An ownership of what you truly desire. It feels very blessed, and I shall leave it at that. Tons and tons of love, pile two. Hey, pile three, welcome to your reading. You have the card of the feather, card number 28. You have Perth. This is the rune of initiation, and you have the swift, the swallow. I feel like just from this card alone, the rune, the charm, that I feel like you are going to be on the receiving end or in receipt of information, some form of communication coming to you. And I feel that it will very swiftly actually create an opening or enable you to get from A to B. Perth has been coming out in a few readings recently, and we are at the time of doing this reading. Obviously you could be watching this in 6 months or a year's time or 2 years or 3 years, whenever. These readings are timeless. But whenever you come to this, or right now, I feel that there is a communication that will swiftly open a pathway for you. Something that you can access, do, complete, journey from one place to another quickly. If there's a shift or a transition happening in your world, I think you will create that shift or that transition fast and smoothly. It will be a smooth passage. Let's get more information. May we please have more guidance and more information. We have ecstasy. Wow, these are Rumi cards. We're going to draw a Rumi card with an image, and we're also going to draw a Rumi card with a message on it as well. This is beautiful. Ecstasy. How fabulous. Look at the dance. I mean, this just feels the energy of the feather swaying in the wind. I just feel like stuff is just going to come to you. Information you need at your fingertips. We have enchantment. Wow. Okay, this is your Rumi poem. Come, I'll show you the enchanted garden of your heart. Once you enter, you become the fragrance of flowers, unafraid of the prickle of thorns. Wow, that is beautiful. This is an entry point then. It's not just a rite of passage, it's literally like A to B, it's an entry point. That's what we're being shown here. An entry point to something that is going to make your heart sing. Come, I'll show you the enchanted garden of your heart. Once you enter, you become the fragrance of flowers, unafraid of the prickle of horns. Now this, of horns, of thorns. I said horns, how interesting. But this is either, you know, an elevation of your own consciousness, receiving messages from above, which of course is what feathers are used for in ceremony. You know, if you're questing, you know, you will have a feather, you know, on a pole to connect you to the above worlds. It's an avenue of receivership. It's a gift. Whether you find a feather or you're given a feather, it's a gift. Wow, something is elevating, upgrading. Let's get more information for you, pile 3. What is the immediate message that pile 3 need to hear? We have the card of reflect. If this is the first reading you've been drawn to, if you've watched any of the others, you'll already know, but I was really drawn to Native American cards today, to Rumi, to earthy cards, earth energy. Lower world, how interesting, we've got the above worlds and we've got the lower worlds, past. Do you know, this is the first time in all the years I've used these cards, this is the first time this card has ever shown up in a reading. It's a first. That's, I think, important. What else are we shown for pile 3? I think there's 2 cards here, possibly. That's what it looks like. Are there 2? I thought so. You've got 2 cards from here. You have North, Solitude, Prayer, Hope. Okay. Wow, look at the energy of the feather and this person in prayer, elevating, connecting to higher levels of consciousness. With the North, this is like your North Star. Okay, now this may be quite a quiet week for you, as in, I don't mean quiet, I don't mean quite whatever, you know, the busyness of your world, whatever. But what I would say is it feels like a less social week for you. That's what I'm going to say. My beautiful pile 3. These are readings where we get immediate guidance and we look at the next 7 days. What is coming through here really truly is, I mean, if any of you are about to go on a retreat, the timing could not be more perfect. I think you will literally align yourself. You're going to find your North Star. You're going to be shown things, signs. It's not even like synchronicities. You're going to receive communications from source, from your spirit team. It's as if the above world comes down to connect you. In your lower world, you may even be shown elements of how your past has contributed to where you are today. The purpose of this is some kind of a healing. It's an elevation. This for me looks as though you are about to receive some monumental download, some incredible spiritual download of information that allows you to make sense of something. Something from your past. You can reflect upon it, and in doing so, it creates a different avenue for the future. It is literally a pathway to potentially for some of you to leave the past behind, because you can make sense of it. You're not stuck in it. You're not tangled in it anymore. And swiftly move through this transition, this leap. If any of you are engaged in anything like a retreat or some kind of a therapeutic something this week, the purpose of it will be, it will bring something to light. You'll be shown what you need to see to bring yourself back into alignment, to let go of the past, to lay it to rest, to move you into a space of hope. And by this, I mean, I'm seeing genuine hope. I don't mean that kind of slightly idealized hope where we just imagine something and we really want it to happen, but a part of us doesn't really believe it. Or it's so idealized that it's not grounded. This feels very solid, very real. There's a doorway opening for you, that maybe something will heal from the past. Let's basically get more information and find out how this arrives. But communication is coming. That is the primary message for you. May we please ask for further information. How does this arrive? We have the 8 of Swords. How very interesting. And again, it looks like you're underground. with this Eight of Swords here. You're deep within something. Page of Wands. Look at the fertility around this Page of Wands as well. Now the page is an energy, all the pages, it's quite a young energy. Again, it's a rite of passage, it's a point of initiation, the pages are a step into something new. And with this Eight of Swords, I see you being very protected. It's like you acquire a piece of knowledge or a piece of wisdom. Now I do feel this is really, really unique to you. This doesn't feel like someone gives you, there's a communication that happens at some sort of social event, you know, or someone sends you an email or drops you a line. This is a profound level of deep internal evolution that comes through awareness of something, where you see something. Listen to this, enchantment. Come, I'll show you the enchanted garden of your heart. Once you enter, you become the fragrance of flowers, unafraid of the prickle of thorns. Isn't it interesting here, look, this internal space with these owls where something is seen inside, and it looks as though there's almost like a garden of thorns around these kind of, I don't know whether they are roots, but something is very protected. You know, these swords cannot penetrate this internal space of safety. Gosh, if any of you just have a normal week ahead, if you find that the universe orchestrates scenarios where social stuff you were going to do gets cancelled, truly just trust. You're meant to be at home, sitting in your personal space of meditation, of prayer, of connection, out in nature, reflecting. Ecstasy. This is the really interesting thing. Everything here looks like you are almost setting forth on some internal journey of reflection, of evolution. And it is leading you. I kind of almost feel like there's like a rebirth. I mean, look at the emergence here of this person. Look at the ecstasy. It's like you find your North Star. You come alive again. This would be like doing a quest. You know, if you set forth on a quest, you know, for any of those kind of traditional ceremonies, they involve, you know, a lot of preparation, a daily preparation where meditation is entered into, the build up to the moment where you are pure and open and able to receive the communications that can come to you. I feel that you are, this week looks like a journey of profound internal awareness and evolution. This will be very personal to you. I will ask for more information. We'll use a different pack first and then I'll draw more tarot for you in a sec. Maybe have more information about this internal journey, perhaps, you know, why now, or what is this about? We have the medicine wheel. Okay, so it will be different for you each. I hear that from the medicine wheel card. Your journey will be personal to you. This is about some form of healing that you need now for you. It's not about anyone else, it's about you. We have the council. We have the seer. Oh wow, this is phenomenal. We have the earth keeper. We have the eagle and the child. Okay. Right. Something that is taking place for you this week, whether this is through your own meditation, your own practice, your own spiritual practice, or an event that evolves that creates this for you, or you could be on a retreat, literally for some of you, you are to be shown exactly what you need to see to heal some element of your own inner child, some element within you that has held you back. This is going to free you. We have the eagle. This is you are going to be freed from something, some element of your past that has held you back, A communication will be gifted to you in some way, shape or form, whether it comes through meditation or if it does come from somebody else. It could be a therapist or a mentor, somebody who has, you know, a bit of wisdom and a bit of knowledge about them. Something is to liberate you. It will be unique to you each. The medicine wheel, when we enter a medicine wheel, literally in a physical way, when you step into a real medicine wheel, you walk around the wheel and you find the place that you need to sit. You sit in that space because the lessons and the teaching of that point on the wheel are right for you in that moment. It is a place that connects the above worlds with the below, so that we can ground ourselves and learn and heal. It's a space of healing. You are to see something with the seer. You know, the council of elders, of wisdom keepers, the council, interestingly enough, of the north. The wisdom keepers sit in the north point, or certainly the teachings of the medicine wheel that I have been very, very blessed with learning. It's the north where the council of wisdom keepers sit. This is to be brought to earth for you now. Something is to be resolved so that you can fly, you can be reborn. You know, the sunrise, the card of the eagle, is about hope, ecstasy, joy. It sits in the east. It's about a new dawn. This is very profound. Well, I have to just say, this is so profound it's untrue. We are, of course, at the time of doing these readings in the Lion's Gate portal. Look at the lion, the face of a lion here, just in the back of this card of the medicine wheel. We are in the Lion's Gate portal where, you know, the Earth, the Sun, Sirius and Orion are aligned. And this is like a point of, I mean, it peaks on August the 8th, but it's happening now at the time of my recording these readings. You know, this is a time when we get massive spiritual downloads, if it's right for us to do so. This is a time when doorways open for us to step through into a space where we're no longer hindered, where we can be healed. You know, this is a remarkable, the timing is remarkable, but this is for you personally. It's really, really clear. Let's draw some more tarot cards just to see if there's anything else we're shown for the week ahead. But your message is very clear. You know, if people cancel any kind of social stuff, it happens, or you go out to go to something and, I don't know, your car breaks down and you can't get started, just trust you're not meant to be going anywhere. You know that there is a bigger picture. There's meant to be something else that's happening. Just, you know, stay at home, meditate, get still. Communications. Or if you are invited out and you do go out and you end up having a private but very deep conversation with someone, trust that you're being gifted with some information that's really relevant. This is to free you from something that's held you back. It really is a gift. It's a mind-blowing gift. We have the Knight of Swords. And may we have more information, any further information about the week ahead. About this particularly special time for pile 3. It's not feeling right. What else are we shown? There. 6 of Cups. Okay. Right. Now the Knight of Swords is a fairly fast moving card. There's determination coming in here with the sturgeon. How interesting. If we had the sturgeon, of course, showing up in pile 2. Sturgeons have ancient wisdom. Sturgeons, as I was saying in pile 2's reading, sturgeons have they found fossilized sturgeons. You know, they go back to the times of the dinosaur. This is ancient wisdom that is to be gifted to you. It's to free you from something, to liberate you from something. Also, you know, it's not just a liberation from something. It's also to take you to something. The 6 of Cups is a card of generosity. It may be the piece of knowledge that you need in order to not just heal, but to take you forwards, to invest in something, to initiate something, or to be able to blossom effectively in something, to know your direction. Perhaps some of you could be gifted with something that you know your calling, it's like you suddenly know your calling, your purpose in some way, shape or form, whereas you haven't quite known what it is. Somehow it's gifted to you and you're like, wow, this is the direction I'm meant to be going in. It's a communication, it's coming with purpose. Don't be afraid to take it. It's bringing something to earth that will open doorways for you. It could be something you used to dream of as a child. Maybe you used to dream of something and circumstances have never been right to initiate it, to make it happen. But the door to that garden of dreams is about to be opened for you. Pile 3, this is really, really stunning, but it's absolutely unique to you. It's your healing, this is your purpose, your calling, your future, your past being either put to rest or indeed something from your past being brought to the surface for you to act upon it and have it. A dream of the past. Wow, this is so profound, it's untrue. These readings are mind-blowingly powerful this week. They really are, but I guess at the time of doing these readings, this is the Lion's Gate portal of energy. Do check out the Lion's Gate readings. If you haven't yet looked at them, I will put the link in the description box because I've done a set of readings. And my apologies, the sound is not good on those particular readings. I was having trouble aligning a new microphone with my computer and it didn't work. I'm pretty certain this is now good, so we're sort of back to a better sound quality. But you know, they're not hearable. They're still there. It just feels a little bit like I'm talking underwater. Well, that's what I thought anyway when I listened to them. But they are still clear. And thank you to those of you who gave me a lot of reassurance and feedback over those readings. And we're just saying it's fine. We can still understand you. Thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity and your support of me and everything. You know, all of the work I do here. You know, I do everything I do with such love and respect and admiration for all of you. Beautiful souls, this is your reading. I feel just like I did in pile 1 and pile 2. I shall say the same. Thank you, all of you, for all the liking, sharing, subscribing. You all know how much those things mean to the channel, for commenting. I'm just going to leave you with the energy of your reading and not waffle away about those things. I just wish to leave you sitting in this beautiful energy of your own evolution. It's stunning. Pile 3, I'm sending you so much love and I look forward to seeing you again soon for some other readings.